दीजिए फैमिली मैन में क्या सबसे ज्यादा खास था, और गुलमोहर की बात करूं तो यहाँ पर क्या सबसे स्पेशल है?
देखिए, फैमिली मैन में जो खास था वो सब आप लोग देख चुके हैं, वापस मुझे उसको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है। लेकिन सबसे अच्छी बात फैमिली मैन में है कि एक स्पाई थ्रिलर होते हुए स्पाई थ्रिलर नहीं, इट्स मोर अबाउट फैमिली एंड हाउ एवरी वन ऑफ अस इज ट्राइंग टू find a balance between a very challenging family, demanding family and demanding job. So that's a struggle that everyone goes through. My character in Family Man, Shrikant Tiwari, I always maintain that he's like Arthur Lakshman, a common man, who's looking at things from a distance and is still trying to be part of it. Now moving on to Gulmohar, it's a very special film for many reasons. Just starting with script, I have known Rahul Chitela for quite a long time before he offered me this film. And when I read it, and he gave me a brief narration to it, I didn't have any doubt because I felt that this is the story of each and every family. I was telling Suraj just before this started that everyone will find himself somewhere in some character which are moving on the screen. So this is very relatable. A family film told in a very unique and a different perspective. A family film where you will joke, you smile, you laugh, and in the end, everything will be all right for you. And this is the kind of film which is needed in this time. And of course, Shamila ji being there is one of the most attractive thing for the film. But the script of this film is the real hero. And this script in itself, when it was not even made and waiting to be made, there were too many obstacles were being faced by the directors and the producers because of the pandemic. But still we had complete faith that we will wait for this film to happen, and if not, we will make this happen. It's the confidence always comes from this script. The backbone of any project is this script. And Rahul Chitela and Arpita have really put in their experiences and hearts in this project. And in the end, when I saw we've seen the film, we've seen the reactions of around 200, more than 200, 300 people. One thing I can say, that you will not find anything similar to this on any OTT platform.
We are looking forward to that and congratulations once again. इसी के साथ शर्मिला जी आपसे एक सवाल जरूर पूछना चाहती हूँ, और वो सवाल ये है कि हर कोई आपसे तो क्लियरली मेस्मराइज हुआ ही है, सेट पर भी और यहाँ पर भी हर कोई हो रहा है, एंड शॉर्ट की इसके रिलीज होने के बाद आपसे हम सब भी मेस्मराइज ज्यादा होने वाले हैं। लेकिन अगर मैं इस शूटिंग एक्सपीरियंस की आपसे बात करूँ गुलमोहर को लेकर, तो आप किससे सबसे ज्यादा मेस्मराइज हुए थे शूट के टाइम पर? कैन यू शेयर एनी एनेक्डोट फ्रॉम द सीन?
Who I was most mesmerized with?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no problem saying that. With the DOP. Shit Narayan. His presence behind the camera was so comforting to me. I felt, he's looking at me, and somehow I had to give my best. It was so calming, I can't tell you. If I've done well, it's because of his shit. Add to what Manoj just said, it's a story of 3 generations. So it's a film that will speak to everyone. My age, and Manoj and then Suraj, and then the other cast. And it's just beautiful. And what is so special about it, Rahul, when we start the film, it's a 4-day film. At the beginning, everybody is what they are. At the end of that 4 days, there is a growth in everybody. Suraj has changed a little bit. Manoj has relaxed a little bit. Simran is just wonderful. No wonder she is Rahul's favorite, and it's all our favorite. She's just wonderful in the film. And everybody, not just one. I mean, there's one little cameo role of one agent who's showing houses to Suraj. Even she is wonderful. She doesn't have to act so well, but she does. So it's just wonderful. You have to just see it. I've seen it 3 times. I intend to see it again and again and again.
The confidence comes from Shamila ji, because she has seen it 3 times, and she has seen it 3 times when with her own guests and family and friends, and she's showing them with so much pride. So looking at it, we are feeling very confident because she has seen everything in this
And
industry.
I've never done this. I've never done this before.
So the confidence the rest of the cast and the crew is getting is from her. Yeah.
हेलो, हाय टीम गुलमोहर। और सबसे पहले शर्मिला मैम, आपको कहना चाहूँगा कि आप सच में बहुत खूबसूरत लग रही हैं, और आपको देख के सच में जो एक वर्ड है एवरग्रीन ब्यूटी, वो मेरे माइंड में बार बार रिकॉल हो रहा है। मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि फिल्म का जो टीजर था उसमें एक लाइन थी कि घर बड़ा हो गया है, घर के कमरे बड़े हो गए हैं, और सबने अपने अपने कमरों में ही एक घर बना लिया है। वो जो लाइन थी उससे मैं काफी इमोशनली कनेक्ट हुआ। शर्मिला, मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा कि आप कौन सा ऐसा सीन था, सीक्वेंस था, क्योंकि यू हैव द ग्रैंडसन्स, तो आप किस चीज में बहुत ज्यादा इमोशनली कनेक्ट कैरेक्टर को, या वो डायलॉग, वो कोई सा भी डायलॉग जिसको आप बहुत इमोशनली कनेक्ट हुए और आप मतलब अंदर से काफी इमोशनल आप फील किए हो कि ये लेगेसी आई वांट टू पास ऑन?
It's like, when you have children, you just can't pick one. You can't say this is better than, I can't say that. Every scene, every dialogue is important in the film. ऐसा नहीं कि आप एक dialogue निकाल दें, तो it's so well balanced. I give full credit to Rahul. It is such a well balanced film that each one of us have our own space and we can show, and convey it to the audience. And each dialogue is so memorable. My daughter Sabha saw it, and she was just, she says, "अरे वो dialogue क्या है? मुझे एक दफे और देखना पड़ेगा, तो याद नहीं आ रहा." She keeps notebook, she said, because she just loved the dialogues. And when you speak those lines, automatically the performance comes. Half the work is done. And like I say, she is behind the camera. So there's no performance needed. But everyone is that. Suraj made me cry many times, because I am very connected with this generation, because this generation doesn't know where they're going. बहुत ऐसे हैं कि full of conflict, तो love क्या है, शादी is such a responsibility, where the money is coming from, job कहाँ है. I can see हमारे time पे ऐसे नहीं था. We all मैट्रिक करने के बाद कोई ना कोई एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिल जाता था. अभी नहीं है ऐसा. So I kind of resonated because I have a lot of young friends, young people I know. मुझे his performance, every time I see, मुझे रोना आता है. So I can't pick and choose अभी anecdote तो याद है कि after shooting, Manoj ji used to feed us. वो फलाने कबाब वहाँ से आएगा, फलाने वो कुछ बिरयानी यहाँ है, निहारी उधर है. So I am Bengali. I don't like all these nihari वगैरह. I also had छोले भटूरे. So that was the most beyond Bob. That was the most entertaining part of our, काम वाम करके तो खाने में लग जाते हैं. And the cakes. Our son's birthday was there during the thing. Then everybody's birthday was there, so every day there's some cake used to come. So we had so much fun, and like Gulmohar, we really became family. Suraj and I used to exchange when he went off to New York and forgot all about me. Utsavi is in touch with me, Kaveri messages me. So it's like a lovely, lovely family.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, Ashu, editor Film Beat. So first of all, congratulations. The trailer looks really heartwarming और बहुत कम ऐसी फिल्में होती हैं audience इतना connect करती है, and I could feel the connect. So congratulations to the entire team. My first question is for director Rahulji. Rahul, how difficult or easy it was to get this ensemble star cast? सबसे मुश्किल किसको था convince करना? As we all know that मनोज भाजपेयी sir is the quintessential family man. उनको हम देख चुके हैं, लेकिन शर्मिला मैम और बाकी stars को कितना difficult या कितना easy था convince करना? And my second question is for शर्मिला मैम. मैम, इस फिल्म में जो आप रोल प्ले कर रही हैं, रियल लाइफ में भी आप दादी हैं, आप माँ हैं, तो आपकी रियल लाइफ फैमिली का रिएक्शन कैसा था इस फिल्म को देखने के बाद, और सबसे स्पेशल कमेंट किसका था?
Well, I must break the myth that the four of them and all the actors who've been cast, thankfully they agreed to come on board within 2-3 days. He agreed to come on board with 3 hours. He read the script with me and he agreed in 3 hours. I met her in Bombay. I left the script with her. We spoke a lot in that one meeting, and she was so lovely because she read the script multiple times over the next 2-3 days. And she called me, and we just literally spoke for 5 minutes at max. And she said, "I'm doing this film. I'm on board, and let's have fun with it." And this was all pre-pandemic. Obviously, the world changed after that, but these 4 actors really stuck around. And they kept telling me, whenever you're doing this film, we are there with you. And they all cleared up their schedules to be with us. And of course, it was never easy for Vikram and me because we faced a lot of hurdles with the second wave, third wave, and lots of other issues. But these 4 were literally our pillars of this film. So thank you, the 4 of you. And whoever was not easy to convince is not on the film.
You mean you went to some other people? The generation, no, my family, Saif hasn't seen it because he's been shooting in Amritsar. But Sarah saw it yesterday. Sabah, Soha have seen it. Karina is seeing it on the 28th, tomorrow. So they've all seen it. And they are very, very supportive and they love it. And Sabah has loved it. Like she wants to come and see it again with a notebook to write down all the dialogues, because sometimes we speak the dialogues but फिर वो ठीक से याद नहीं होता. I can't just repeat verbatim. So she's loved the film. So everybody in my family so far who has seen it has loved it. Actually, there hasn't been any of my friends. Yesterday we had a screening and there were, and you can make out when somebody's faking it. Somebody say, "Ha, what etc." You can see that they're being formal or, at least I can. And here you would just genuinely loved it. And all day I've been receiving messages. So it's really touched people. So yeah, it's been such a privilege to work in this film. Really, it's been I've worked for the last 60 years, but it's a unique experience. Really, at this stage of my life, I value it so much more because everything becomes more intense with age. As you grow older, you want the very best. You don't want to, you can't settle for less. And I am so happy and proud that I've been able to be part of this wonderful film.
Thank you. No, but really the honor was ours because the moment I would tell people, including Manoj, who was the second actor I went to after Sharmila, the moment I would tell people that Sharmila ji is playing Kusum, I think they didn't want to read the script. They just said yes, we would. And a funny anecdote someone asked you, I must say, we were shooting in this house. It's all shot in real locations. And the owner of the house, this rich, super rich man from Delhi, he would literally stand outside the bungalow protecting her car so that the car gets a spot to park. And from day to night, he would just stand there. So this is the love and the admiration that we have for Sharmila. And I thank you.
It's because of our medium, It has reached not just here but globally, New York, wherever I go. Sometimes the taxi people won't take money. When we go and buy something, they'll say, "Nahi, aapke liye, to aap le jayenge." I mean, it's so much goodwill, Manoj, we create when we go out there. And of course, there are criticism, but I think the goodwill overshadows the criticism. So when you've been there in front of them in a glass house, everybody has seen you through ups and downs, your mistakes, your success. So it's an open book. And they form an attachment with you. And I think it's a genuine, because earlier I used to feel, why is everybody saying that? I can see myself in the mirror, I'm not the same. But you know, when people say it, you have to accept it with humility, because they mean well and they have that genuine affection for you. And who am I to say, no, I don't deserve that. But yes, so I think this is the magic of cinema, that it can create so much goodwill in our audience.
I have a question each, one for Manoj sir and Suraj, being actors from different generations. Manoj sir, we all know that you have been a trailblazer and your struggle has been, something which has inspired so many. But nowadays, the struggle is becoming easier because the new mediums that are coming in, digital has come up in a big way. So when you look at actors like Suraj, and you see that, the opportunities that they get today are far more, do you think that had this medium been there in your days, the struggle would have been a little shorter, from Bandit Queen to say Satya? Do you think, if you look back at the journey?
But each time, the world keeps changing every 2 decades. Technological revolutions, it keeps happening, it keeps upgrading itself. I can't, take a pause and think what would have been had this been that time. No, I mean that's a very wrong way to go. All I would say that yes, industry today is far more organized, right? Far more organized, far more professional than it was when I arrived in Bombay. There was no casting director. There was no concept of casting director. Today, if you are talented, if you are skilled, know your job, your ability, in 1 year you will have 2-3 jobs. That's the beauty of this time. And with the digital revolution, what it has done that it created so many platforms for the talents to express themselves, and which is a very good thing. I am also kind of making a lot of benefits out of it. Today I am far more busier than I ever was. Earlier, one good script used to come up, in 6 months or 8 months, sometimes 1 year. So because there was only one medium, cinema in theatre. But now you have films on OTT, and there are so many OTT platforms. There are so many new directors finding jobs. They are raring to go. They are desperate to tell their stories, and for their own stories, they want to be the actors who are right for the characters. So Suraj, yes, you are right. Suraj coming in this time, growing up in this time, in his 20s in this time, he's at an advantage. He's a skilled actor. He's a talented actor, and he's getting that respect from the beginning. So, it's the time which is benefiting him in one way, and it is I'm at an advantage in some other way. So we really can't compare it and take stop everything and start thinking what would have been if this would have been. That is, ये समय बदल चुका है, और उस समय में जो सबसे बड़ी खासियत थी, जो इस समय को नहीं है, वो भी देखनी चाहिए. वो उस समय की खासियत थी कि हम बिना किसी डिस्ट्रैक्शन के, मैं 10 साल थिएटर कर गया, और हमें पैसे नहीं मिलते थे, लेकिन हमने थिएटर किया, हमने स्किल को बहुत सीखा, हमारे पास बहुत समय था, क्योंकि कोई प्लेटफॉर्म्स नहीं थे, कोई और मीडियम नहीं, तो उसका एडवांटेज भी था. आज वो एडवांटेज नहीं है. सूरज चाहे भी तो 1 साल के लिए छुट्टी नहीं ले सकता है. प्रोड्यूसर्स और डायरेक्टर्स उसका जीना हराम कर देंगे. He can't have this luxury because he will have some offers which he will definitely not like to let it go. So there are many advantages to be working in this time. There are few advantages when there were no platforms.
Thank you so much. You could have answered it better. Suraj, the question for you is that you have worked with two of the finest actors of their respective generations. Sharmila ma'am, we all know she's an institution in herself, and Manoj sir, who has been such a great role model for actors of so many generations ever since he walked and changed it all with Satya and all that followed. what for your learning experience and how intimidating it was for you, to work with each of them and to share the screen space with them, and what were the learnings that you would take away with you?
In as far as the learning is considered, there was a lot of learning. Obviously, they both have been doing this for a long time. They're extremely skilled people. But I will say there was no nervousness because at the end of the day, बड़े सारे किस्म के actor होते हैं. But both of them, at the end of the day, love to act. They love it. तो उस मामले में बहुत easy हो जाता है फिर सब कुछ. You go in there and you give it your best. They see that they're doing their best, and together you're a team. कुछ उसमें nervousness की बात ही नहीं है. बहुत आसान होता है उल्टा.
So
when you're acting with people who are so good, it's freedom. उल्टा है.
Students of the craft.
Very good. Very good.
मेरा नाम प्रियंका है और सबसे पहले तो आप सबको बहुत बहुत कांग्रेचुलेशन बहुत ज़्यादा खूबसूरत है। सिमरन मैं आपसे सवाल जानना चाहूँगी सबसे पहले आप साउथ में काम कर रहे हो अभी लास्ट रॉकेटरी इतनी ज़्यादा फिल्म को इतना ज़्यादा पसंद किया गया था आपके काम को इतना पसंद किया गया था बट गुलमोहर जो है वो OTT के लिए है तो कहीं ऐसा डिफरेंट लगता है कि ठीक है फिल्म में ज़्यादा इजीली हो जाता है OTT के लिए अलग है कितना ज़्यादा डिफरेंस होता है और सेकेंडली साउथ वर्सेस बॉलीवुड भी एक टाइम पे बहुत ज़्यादा वर्सेस में चला था अभी तो थिंग्स पैसे बेटर है लेकिन अभी भी कहीं वैसे डिफरेंस है साउथ और बॉलीवुड और OTT के लिए
I think OTT has connected the world together. So, जो टैलेंट हमें पहले नहीं दिखने को मिलता था साउथ से हिंदी के लिए और हिंदी से साउथ के लिए अब OTT उस चीज़ को साथ में ले आया तो रॉकेटरी वॉज यस वन ऑफ द फैंटास्टिक मूवी नाइस मूवी बट गुलमोहर is something it is about family and it drives me to get more unity, more togetherness, more support to my family. So theatre और OTT और North और South के सारे differences जैसे हम अपनी family में difference होता है तो कैसे एक दूसरे को support करके उसे दूर कर देते हैं जो गुलमोहर में है तो ये सारे OTT, theatre, TV, South, North के differences अभी मेरे ख्याल से ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. I think OTT has given platform to many talents. And talent की कोई सीमा नहीं. Language is no bar for talent. So yes.
शर्मा मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगी कि हम बचपन से आपकी फिल्में देखते आ रहे हैं हमारे पेरेंट्स ने आपकी फिल्में देखना पसंद किया है हम लोगों ने 90s का जनरेशन जो था वो तो आप लोगों की फिल्मों का अलग ही फैन है पूरा बट आप इतने सालों के बाद आपने कमबैक करा तो जब आपने फर्स्ट डे जब आप शूट पे पहुंचे तो पुरानी वो सारी मेमोरीज ताज़ा हो गई वो पहला मोमेंट आपका कैसा है
It just felt wonderful, your muscle memory or whatever you call it, it just takes over. When you come in front of the camera, you feel that you've never left. You feel very comfortable because you've been doing it for so long that you're so comfortable with the camera. Like for the theatre people, it's the audience that matters. We don't see live audience because only when we go to the cinema we see them. Otherwise, we don't know how they're reacting. These people, they can see that अच्छा यहाँ पे बोर हो रहे हैं तो हमें थोड़ा सा कुछ और करना चाहिए ये लाइन ठीक से नहीं हो रहा है so they can experiment. The next show they will change there. हमारे साथ तो ऑडियंस का कोई वो ही नहीं है कनेक्शन ही नहीं है so हमारे जो भी है interaction is with the camera. So it's a wonderful thing because we can when we are performing we can see ourselves performing. I can hear my own voice, I can see my own expression, and then if something is not right, then we tell the director says no, and the director is the boss, if he says okay, it's okay. So etc. So I didn't feel anything strange in front of the camera. If anything, that from start sound to cut. So यहाँ पे the first day मैं share because I only work in films. So this was my first OTT film. And so start, sound, camera, and I thought it was action. So I started speaking. Uske baad there was somebody else and somebody else, somebody else and somebody else. There was 3-4 lines of communication. And then of course it was my turn to speak. So that was a very new thing that I learned very quickly. So it's a difference here, but otherwise film is a film. And it was just lovely because from the start sound, even the OTT start, whatever action, to cut is the moment we live for. All us are actors. उसी में आपको जो करना है आपको करना है. Because that is recorded and that goes into the film. Then you can't change it. You can't for theatre. You don't get a second chance to do it better. So that is everything for us. That moment, and that moment you're playing somebody else. Like I become Kusum, or I become somebody else. So that is such a magical moment. I cannot share that with anyone. And that is the moment I live for.
Definitely,